Hey everyone, this is Farmer Haney. Today we're gonna go over installing front and rear guards on a county line 4-foot brush hog. It actually comes with 3 pieces and a bunch of bolts and nuts that we have here. So the first piece, it's a big, pretty sturdy piece of metal that we have here. And then we have a rubber flap and another piece of metal. And looking at the bolts that we have here, we have a set of 5 bolts and nuts, and another set of 3 of those. So we're gonna go through, steps installing. We'll install the front of the brush hog first, and then we'll move on to the rear part. So looking at the rear guard, I see it has 3 holes in it, so I know automatically that it's gonna be using the set of 3 bolts. So for the front, it's gonna be the set of 5 bolts that we're gonna use. So basically the rubber flap just goes directly onto the front of the brush hog, and then the metal piece kind of goes on top of it. And I think that kind of helps, one, keep it in place, and then 2, prevents it from, from the rubber from tearing as, you're moving forward with your brush hog. So you have the bolts and the nuts. Like I said, they come with a set of 5 bolts and nuts. So you can do it in 2 ways. You can either put the bolt from the front to the back, or if you do that, then you're gonna have, I don't know, maybe a 1/2 inch sticking to the back, which should not hit the blades. But one thing I'd like to do is I'd like to tap on this and look under it, make sure no critters, especially no snakes, are back there, just because snakes are not my favorite. So like I said, I'll start by putting the bolt in the back, and then put the first piece of the rubber flap through it, and then take the metal piece, and it doesn't matter which way really, you just want to get it in there. And then once you get the metal piece in, you want to put your washer and then start tightening your bolt. And I wouldn't not tighten it snug from the big. I would tighten it snug, but I would not use the wrench yet, just so that you can move it back and forth to fit the other bolts. Like I said, we have 5 of them, so really they should all line up really. You can go in a straight line, or you can start by the edges. The only thing I would pay attention to is, if you look at this bolt, it kind of has like flat surfaces, so you want to make sure whenever you put it from the back that actually seats properly in the hole. This way you don't have a gap where it doesn't loosen on its own. So again, you just fit it through the back, make sure it's seated properly. You take the rubber flap and make sure it goes over. You kind of hold it from the back. Again, keep it held. Then get your metal piece, hold it from the back, and hopefully I'm not in the way, but it's pretty straightforward really. And then you put the nut on, and then just make sure the bolt is seated properly in the back. So now we have these 2. I can check here that I know these are gonna align properly, the other 2 or 3. So really I can go ahead and tighten these bolts here now.
So as you're tightening, if it's not seated properly in the back, it's just going to keep turning on you. So just hold it from the back as you tighten. And then this way I'll make sure that bolt stays seated the whole time. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. Just hold it in just to get it started. Once it's started and it tightens enough that there's not enough wiggle for it to come out from the back, we can let go. Checking these. I'm still good. So, you can do the rest. It's pretty easy from here on. Just get it through the hole, put your washer, and I guess they give you nylock nuts. This way they won't rattle out, which is pretty nice. Because that's, as you're going with the brush hog, that's something that could potentially happen with all the vibration. So this way you don't have to keep replacing these nuts. That's the thing with these nylock nuts. They're, unlike regular nuts, they don't go in as easily initially. So you kind of can get them started, but then you have to use a socket wrench to move them, basically. So I bought this brush hog last year. Actually, my father-in-law bought it for me. And we bought it towards the end of the season, so we never got a chance to use it. And, I guess we'll try it out this year, see how it does. I could have done a bigger one. This is a 4-foot one. I could have done a 5-foot one for my tractor, which is a Kubota B2601, so it's a 25 horsepower tractor. But to be honest, the 5-foot one is just, it's huge. And I just didn't want to deal with that big size of a brush hog. So, the unfortunate part of using a 4-foot brush hog with my tractor is it's not quite as wide as my tractor, so I might have to do overlapping passes whenever I'm brush hogging, but I'm used to doing that with my regular mower, so I don't think that will be really an issue. But we'll find out if I regret it or not, depending how long it ends up taking me. We have, I can't remember, one field across the street, it's a 1 acre field, and then the whole property is about 13 acres that we have to maintain. About 2.5 is regular mowing, and the rest is either the house or the barn, and then last it's the pastures that we have to brush hog. So we'll see how well this does, but I want to make sure I put guards on this so that rocks or don't come out.
And now that we installed the front guard, which you can see it's pretty tight on there, we'll move to the back of the brush hog and install that metal one. So here we are in the back. As you can see, we have a pretty big piece of metal. I mean, you can bend it, but it's not like gonna bend with a couple fingers. You gotta put some strength onto it to bend it. But I guess that's kind of good, because out back, that's where the majority of the stuff is gonna come out. So I would imagine if you had a rubber flap out back, it will probably over time it will just break up. So we'll start again. We'll put the bolt in. We'll put the metal piece here, which we kind of have to bend it a little bit just to get it on, and then push the bolt from the back if you can. I guess it's not easy, so try to hold it in while you get the piece on. There you go. You put your washer, and then hand tighten. Again, this is a nylock nut, so you're not going to be able to tighten it that much by hand, but at least it's on. We know it's not going to come out. And then what we'll do is we'll just move to the other end, kind of bend it there, put the nut on, and then hand tighten it. And then we can tighten both of them with the socket wrench, and then we can put the middle one. Again, this one only comes with 3 holes, so 3 bolts to go through. Alrighty, so we're on the other side, and then like I said, we kind of have to bend this piece of metal. So yeah, the trick here is just making sure you get the bolt through that hole without pushing the bolt out back. Again, if you can kind of get it started, and then put the washer and the nut on, and then if you hand tighten it, then you should be good. I have an idea. Oh, let me go grab channel locks. probably hold it in place properly. Alrighty, so what I decided to do, I went to my garage and I got some channel locks. I think what I'm going to do is I'll just use the channel locks, I'll hold it in place, and this way if I'm pushing on, it's not gonna push in. Believe it or not, this is the first time I used channel locks. Never had a need for them, so that. Let me get closer. And I know I might be blocking the camera, but it seems like the channel lock idea worked. So yes, got it on. So I basically use the channel locks to hold the bolt while you know, I'm pushing from the back. So even if I was pushing from the front on it, it was actually not pushing the bolt through. So so this is pretty tight here, and you know, I can just tighten the other end. Alrighty, so I decided I'll just put the middle one and then tighten the other end. I don't think it really matters that much, but just in case, you know, I have any issues, which, you know, I want to make sure it, you know, most importantly, it needs to line up properly. So I might loosen the other one since I over tighten it, and then this way I will have some wiggle room, and I can move this up and down as I need to. Again, like I said earlier, you gotta watch out for if you have any critters under your brush hog, if it's been parked out over and long. So here the issue that I'm having is the metal guard is actually hitting the wheel metal piece, and this so what I might do is I might loosen it a little bit, kind of let it slide on top of it like so, and then push the bolt from the back, tap it enough to get it through, and then from here on it's just, you know, this one's easy because you're not trying to bend anything. You just hold it from the back, hold the bolt from the back, and then put the nylock nut on it. And you can feel, like, when it's done, it's done. You can feel it. There's, you know, it's not rocket science. Alrighty, well, again, thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoy it. This is Farmer Hanny, and then hopefully we can do more videos like this. My idea is anytime I want to do something of my own, I try to Google it, research it. So I figured if I have to try to figure out a way how to do it or how it should be done properly, that means there might be other people that might be in the same boat. That doesn't mean I'm always doing it the proper way or the best way or the most efficient way, but you know, it gets the job done. Again, thank you, and until next time.